The dynamics of emotional logic and logical emotion. Experiential metric systems and subjective reality recognition in men and women. How men and women integrate emotions and intelligence in the ambit of memory and beyond by Joseph Kahuho Gatoto. For inquiry concerning this and other books, contact the author on 071-565-6938 or 011-667-1545. Introduction. It is a known truth that women and men process reality differently. But how exactly do they do that? What structures of existence in the female and male mental architectures determine the difference? The book in your hands answers the questions and delves deeper in the mind of the male and female for the betterment of humanity and higher civility in the society towards divine civility in the infinite spirit, the highest civilization and the inclination of all societies. Chapter 1. Logical Emotional Resonance. Logical emotional resonance is the process of examining emotions through the intellect for the purpose of alignment and convergence of the emotional and intellectual faculties of the mind within the throne of the same, the heart, before committing to a relationship and or entering into any venture in the many endeavors of human existence and within the same. In certain terms, it is the process of legitimatizing the emotions via one's intellectual system and not merely through the emotional structure. The same is asking, they make me feel good, but are they good for me beyond the feeling? Again, it is asking, this makes me feel good, but is it good for me beyond the feeling? As the old adage goes, not everything that feels good is good for you. Still, not all that glitters is gold. It is about establishing the actuality of actualization within your respective universal existence in the collective universal existence via your emotional and intellectual faculties. Multiple aspects and realities of existence are involved herein within the ambit of the dominating realities of the heart. The ruling intelligence, vision, destiny, your type of attraction system and your kind of attraction system within your type of attraction system, your memory, its structure, including language, in the ambit of experiential subjective reality recognition, and one's value system. We shall look at the aforesaid in detail as we proceed with the work. Volume 1. Actualization Systems. God saw it was good. Genesis 1 verse 31 NKJV. Every soul has an actualization system, an operating system through which it determines what is good for it and what is otherwise. This structure varies with every personality depending on various factors in the ambit of determinants of perception and interpretation dovetailed with one's becoming process, their respective consciousness evolution. Ergo, the actuality of actualization operating system is not static but dynamic. It evolves and changes as the individual becomes. A cosmic inevitability in a world of infinite possibilities. There is, however, a general rule. All things are permissible, but not all things are beneficial. What makes something good is its benefit to your overall self. It must be beneficial for your totality to be beneficial. That is, it must be beneficial for your spirit, your soul, mind, and your body. Yet the actualization operating system for these is tied to several factors of existence mentioned above. Wherefore, there is a context for actualization systems. The actualization of anything has a context, and is within a context in the individual and general sense. Ergo, there is general goodness and respective goodness, an individual actualization operating system and a collective actuality of actualization operating system. Wherefore, something is judged to be good in the aforesaid considerations. Volume 1.1. Individual Actualization Operating Systems. It, therefore, follows that when we manifest and or judge something or someone to be beneficial for us, it is within our context of existence. Your consciousness perceives benefit according to its realm of existence, dimension of existence within its realm of existence, and its level of existence in the dimension of its existence in the ambit of your realm of existence within the universal structures of consciousness and the universal hierarchy of becoming. We live in a becoming universe, a multiple becoming system in an infinite becoming network system. Your structure of existence determines your perception and interpretation of benefit, your actuality of actualization. What you judge as good is subject to your evolution. Consequently, as you evolve, so does your actuality of goodness. What is good for a child is not good for an adult. The actualities of actualization for both have a difference of day and night. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 11 NKJV. A child has a lower perception of benefit compared to an adult. Their actuality of actualization is not the same, and it cannot be the same due to the gap in consciousness evolution. People are in different realms, dimensions, and levels of consciousness in the Universal Hierarchical Consciousness System, UHCS. Again, some people are children compared to others, and others are adults compared to some. The universal law of first and last and first dovetailed with the cosmic principle of eldership and the universal principle of inversion within the ambit of the cosmic law of oneness, and the interplays and interconnectivities of the laws in the ambit of the unity of all things and in all things from within, through, by, and in the universal consciousness that is God, the supreme consciousness. Within the aforesaid laws, especially the first three, physical age is not a factor to be considered. A 60-year-old man can be a child compared to a 25-year-old man or woman. This is a reality of existence in the journey of all souls and in the reality of a becoming universe characterized by infinite possibilities. Volume 1.1.1 Physical Soul Embodiment. Still, the physical embodiment of souls, how souls enter the earth, is a determining factor in the above-said distinctions of perception and actuality. We come to earth in various ranks and stations of existence. As it is written, "Unto us a son is given, unto us a child is born." The soul personality called Jesus was given in the rank of son, came to earth in the rank of son within the universal hierarchical consciousness system. It was a son that came as a child. In other cases, a king, a lord, a god, a kings of kings, a lord of lords, and etc. can come as a child. And as the same personality undergoes the human becoming process in physical terms, moving from a child to an adult, they exhibit a higher awareness and intelligence. Their perception of benefit and actuality of actualization is different from their age mates and from certain adults, as was the case with Jesus at the age of 12. He was a child in physical terms, but in spiritual terms he was higher in awareness and had a higher actuality of goodness compared to his age mates and adults of his era and age. He was in the rank of son. Such children have existed in various ages and times in the history of mankind and possess hyper-awareness in respect to their age and what is generally expected of the same. Volume 1.1.1.2 Ordained Intellectual Emotional Resonance. Such souls possess a higher intellectual emotional resonance due to the way they come to earth. They have a harmony of mind and a convergence of heart that is, as it were, inbuilt. They come with it as part of their soul's ordination. Every soul has conditions of conception and birthing, consecrations it manifests in and crystallizes with. It cannot be otherwise for that soul due to its prescriptive reality, its ordained nature by the hand of the divine. For example, it was ordained for Jesus to enter the earth as a son who is a child, not as a child who is a child. The same are of various types and kinds according to the different types of the wills of God, and the different kinds of the wills of God within the different types of the wills of God dovetailed with the possible conception and birthing systems of souls. There are souls that can only be born as son within a specific type of the will of God, and others that can only be born as sons within a respective kind of the will of God within a particular type of the will of God in the different types of the wills of God. Still, there are souls that can be born as sons and etc. or as a child depending on their possible conception and birthing systems. Volume 1.1.1.2.1 Possible Conception and Birthing Systems. There are two types of possible conception and birthing systems, PCBS, for all souls. Yet not all souls belong to the same possible systems. This is per ordinations in the ambit of their consecrations of becoming within the orbit of their physical terms of soul embodiment. Types of conception and birthing systems. Open-ended conception and birthing system. A soul in this category can be conceived and born in any type of the will of God within the types of the wills of God. A closed-ended conception and birthing system. Souls within this sphere can only be conceived and born within a certain type of the will of God. Kinds of conception and birthing systems within the types of conception systems. Open closed-ended conception and birthing system. A soul in this sphere can be conceived and born in any type of the wills of God but within a specific kind of the wills of God within the types of the wills of God. If the condition is not met by possible parents, the soul may not manifest through them. A closed open-ended conception and birthing system. Souls within this system can only be born within a particular type of will of God and any kind of will of God within the particular type of will of God. A closed locked-ended conception and birthing system. Souls in this structure can only be born within a specific type of will of God and a particular kind of will of God within the specific type of the will of God. It is imperative to note, the aforesaid systems are not merely possible structures of conception and birthing but ordinations for coming souls. All souls must enter the earth through them. Cannot be otherwise. The above said are cosmic inevitabilities. Universal certainties in a becoming universe. Volume 1.1.1.2.1.1. Types of conception and birthing timelines. Now, the different types of the wills of God and the different kinds of the will of God within the types of the will of God are timelines and realms of Chronos within which every soul exists in on the earth and comes to, in, from, through, within, and by to the earth via the aforesaid types and kinds of possible conception systems. Still, the same are systems of knowledge and, therefore, structures of consciousness with diverse actualities of actualization. That is, different actuality of actualization operating systems. Every system of knowledge has its respective actuality of actualization operating system, a matter alluded to in the volume on the individual actuality of actualization operating system, vis-a-vis. The stages of childhood and adulthood and the hyper-awareness realities of being dovetailed with ordained intellectual and emotional systems. Wherefore, the types of the wills of God and kinds of the wills of God within the types of the wills of God are intellectual and emotional systems of becoming. They are structures of becoming and structures of consciousness evolution. Ergo, the possible conception and birthing systems are within timelines of conception and birthing. They play out within the types of timelines and kinds of timelines within the types of timelines. They are systems within systems. Realities that hinge on higher realities, a universal pattern, things are within things. All things are within all things. Systems are within systems and structures exist within structures. Wherefore, I have stated herein, and elsewhere in multiple books in the series, we live in an infinite creative network system and not an infinite creative system.